Hello, sunshines. It is Sunday, May 10th. In the US, it is Mother's Day, and it is almost 11 p.m., which means now is the time for my first check in of the day, of course. So, I have had a super low key Mother's Day. I took a nap. I received cannoli donuts for breakfast. It was amazing. I hung out with Mara. Gabriel was busy playing Roblox in his room, so he didn't really want to play or not play, hang out with me, whatever. It's fine. He's a teenager, almost. These things, they happen. So today, the big thing is my dad called me to wish me a happy Mother's Day, which was super nice. But sometimes when I talk with my dad, I feel like he still thinks that I'm a little kid because he was saying how, as soon as social distancing or the stay at home shelter in place, whatever it's called, this is what happens when I talk at almost 11 at night. Whenever that's lifted, we should come out to his place, which totally, he has quads. The kids love it. Yes, I'm all about it. And I asked him if his girlfriend's daughter and her family had been up there. And he was like, oh yeah, they've been up here. And, the kids go hang out with the neighborhood kids. And I was like, this is red light number one. And, they just run around like a pack. Okay. And then, girlfriend's daughter works in a hospital, so she's seen it all. Not really trying to take my kids around anybody who works in a hospital right now, because even with PPE and washing your hands and all of that, it just takes one time not doing what you're supposed to possibly get infected because she is in contact with people who have had COVID. Okay, so red light number 2. Red light number 3, her husband is in a motorcycle gang and they're not practicing social distancing. And I was like, well, we're not coming out there with all of that going on. We'll wait a little bit longer. So then my dad tried to mansplain me about social distancing, and he was like, well, the people in your circle are the people in your circle and you're allowed to hang out with them. And I'm like, Dad, none of you are in my circle. None of you are in my circle. I'm not trying to expose my kids to anybody who could be exposed. Oh, it was mind-boggling. So we just dropped it after a minute because he was trying to argue things, and then I was like, how are you trying to say this when you just said this other thing? And I think conversations with my parents always start out with them thinking that I'm a little kid, and then they remember that even when I was a little kid, I always won arguments because I am always well researched. And I don't enter into an argument unless I'm 98% sure that I'm going to win. I just don't argue about things I don't know. I refuse to argue about them. So if I'm arguing with you, I probably am going to win. Anyway, yeah. Whatever. I would rather stay socially distant for a little while longer rather than risk something happening to my children or anybody else's children. I don't want. What if my family is carrying COVID because Patrick goes to work every day at a grocery store? What if we're carrying it and we don't know it, and then we give it to one of my dad's girlfriend's granddaughters? That would be awful. Anyway, I also started a book today, Big Little Lies, which I started watching the show. It's on Showtime, maybe? I don't know. One of those ones that you have to pay for. And Patrick had a free trial going, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch this show, but I did not watch the entire season. I don't know why. Probably just because I binge watch for a day or two. I'll binge watch something, But if I don't finish the season, then it has to wait until I'm ready to binge something again. So, yeah, I'm starting that, and the show is set in America somewhere. I don't remember. And the book is not set in America. So, I think it's set in England, but I'm not really sure. I haven't gotten that far in it. I think I've read like 10 pages. Um, so, yeah, that's an interesting directorial choice for the show. I also edited some vlogs because I haven't had anything go up on YouTube since Thursday because I haven't edited anything since like, I don't know, Tuesday last week. I have a few other things to edit. I actually have something exporting right now, so I can schedule it later. I have to edit my tutorial for Thursday. I think I have 3 videos that I still need to edit. So, yeah. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. We will see. Okay, I rambled enough. I'm gonna go read, and then I'm gonna go sleep. Theoretically. Hopefully, before midnight. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning, sunshines! It's 9:15. I've been up since, I don't know, 6. I think 6. And I was going to record a podcast today, but it's kind of overcast, and I decided that instead I would rather battle with my son and nephew to get their room, like, actually clean, because my sister made a deal with them last week that if they cleaned the room, she would replace the TV in their room that is not working with one from storage that should work. And they have opted to not. And their room is disgusting. It smells like teenage boy in there. So, yeah, they need to clean their room. So I'm waging war. I took away all the technology. And, yeah, it's fun times. So, I'm not going to podcast today. I'll podcast tomorrow. It'll be fine. In the meantime, I'm going to continue crocheting washcloths because that's apparently all I can do in knit world. Still not really feeling it. And I'm going to do a lot of laundry today. That's my plan. Maybe read a little. I did also make breakfast. Well, I made half of breakfast. I made eggs for me and Mara and sausage and bacon for the family. And now Patrick is making French toast for everybody except me because I don't really want French toast. I had a bagel and cream cheese instead. So yeah, good times. Some days I just wake up and I'm ready to have a fight with somebody. Today was one of those days. I'm totally okay with my nephew being super big mad at me right now. He's so mad that I took away his laptop. I don't care. Get that room clean. Not a maid. Not a maid. Hey sunshines. It's Tuesday, May 12th. And I was planning on recording this morning. But somewhere between making breakfast and doing chores and starting schoolwork, I have run out of time because Gabriel has a class meeting in a half hour and I don't want to start recording and then have to stop and then go back to it and not remember what I was saying. So I will record it later this afternoon. It's probably going to be a short one anyway. I don't have a lot of crafting content, but sometimes I talk on anyway. Hi. So I am getting set up to do some diamond painting while Gabriel has his meeting because I'm just not feeling knitting right now. Don't know why. Or crochet. I don't know. my crafting mojo has returned just a little bit. I put in 2 blanket squares today. How exciting! And I also crocheted in, let's see, just the start of this row right here. So not a lot, but I got to here. So that's pretty exciting since I haven't had any mojo in a while. Dear self, why are we awake? It's getting close to 4 a.m. I went to sleep around somewhere between 11 p.m. and midnight. Why am I awake? Why? So I started reading Kite Runner yesterday, so I guess I'm gonna read some more of this and hope to get back to sleep. Although, is it worth it? Because I have to get up out of my bed at 6:30 to take out the garbage and the recycle bin. So should I just stay up until I take out garbage and then go back to sleep? Or should I try to go back to sleep until 6:30? These are the deep pressing questions during the time of quarantine. Hey Sunshines, virtual knit group starts in about half an hour. So I've rearranged my furniture so I can hang out with my knit group. But I always bring a to-do list with me when I go to knitting. Does anyone else do this? Do you want to see my to-do list for today? Of course you do. So the first thing that I always do at knitting is weave in ends, which is going to include Kitchener-ing the toe of this sock. And then I have all of these dishcloths that need the final ends woven in. After I finish that, I'm going to add this yarn onto this dishcloth, finish this dishcloth, which only needs 1 round and the end woven in. And then probably start another dishcloth, maybe continue working on that, maybe not. But then I have these 3 minis that I would like to work into 2 blankets for a total of 5 squares. It's only a 2-hour thing. And then if I manage to do all of that, I'm also bringing the second sock, which is somewhere in the gusset, and this baby blanket. Group was really good. We ended a half hour early because we weren't really chatting anymore and people had things to do. So I didn't have things to do, but other people had things to do. So we ended early. I managed to weave in all of the ends, finish that sock, finish the yellow dishcloth, add the multicolored cotton to the blue beginning of a dishcloth. I did 1 square, and that's as far as I got because I always bring too much to knitting, which is fine. It's better than bringing too little. But now my family is all not in my house. My sister and her son went to run some errands. They needed to get some things out of storage. They needed to run to the phone store because my nephew's phone is no longer taking a charge. And then she had to run to 2 different banks. So they're going to be out of the house for a while. And they took her dog for car rides. Awesome. And then Patrick, Gabriel, and Mara are outside doing yard work. I can help with yard work if all that we're doing is like pulling weeds or something, because I can wear gloves. I'm allergic to all the outside. But Patrick's cutting the lawn, so Mara is on trash and dart duty because Gabriel got a bunch of Nerf darts, so they've been having Nerf wars, and he has been less than stellar about picking them up. So Mara's doing that. I don't know what Gabriel's doing. Maybe pulling weeds, and Patrick is cutting the grass. So I'm going to stay inside so that I can continue to be able to breathe. Hay fever is real, and grass allergies are real. So I am going to watch some vlogs and podcasts and probably finish the diamond painting that I've been working on for a few days. For a few weeks. I don't know. Are you supervising? Yes? Do you think you get to pick the show? Untrue. I get to pick. You say no? Oh, rude. I only have 5 colors left to work up, but I think I'm gonna take a little break and knit. What? I'm gonna knit. Yes, you heard it here. Bum, bum, ba! It is complete.
Wow, it's so cool.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna frame it and then it's going in Gabriel's room. And in case you're wondering, this right here is what I'm doing with the extra beads. I don't really want to tilt it, but yeah, they're all just in here so that someday when I finish Gabriel's other diamond paintings, I will have a more full ornament. I don't know if it will ever get full because I don't really intend on buying more diamond paintings after this, but we'll see.